gang, I'm Jaren with the Sypnotix, and I am back today to review the Fifine Ampligame SC8 gaming audio mixer. I will also be talking about the software that Fifine has recently launched that opens up limitless possibilities when it comes to customization. Let's jump in. A quick thank you to Fifine for sending this to me for free so that I could review it. As with all products that we review at Sypnotix, the brands that send us these items do not get to see our reviews before they are publicly published. So you can fully trust that I mean what I say and my opinions are unfiltered, for better or for worse. In addition to the mixer, Fifine sent me their L9 XLR cable, which very conveniently allows me to plug in my Fifine AM8 Pro T USB and XLR mic that I previously reviewed into the mixer. That is the combo that I will be using to record the audio for this review. The base SC8 mixer kit includes the gaming mixer, a USB-C to USB or USB-C cable, a 3.5mm auxiliary cable, and a user guide. A quick side note about the USB-C to USB or USB-C cable. The built-in dongle that allows for a versatile connection point seems to be a staple for Fifine, and it's easily one of my favorite features. I am here for it. I need more companies to get on this train while we are still very much in the transition phase between USB and USB-C. Please and thank you. I have the mixer in black, but it also comes in pink or white, as do several of their other products, so you can coordinate all your Fifine gear. If you need an XLR cable, Fifine offers a product combo that includes one. That's the kit I'll be reviewing here. I also know from reviewing the AM8 Pro T mic that they offer a bundle that includes the mic, boom arm, mixer, and XLR cable. This is my first mixer or audio interface, so I am happy to now have the necessary tools to use my Fifine mic as an XLR mic. There is a definite side-by-side difference between using the mic as a plug-and-play USB mic versus using it as an XLR mic plugged into the mixer. The sound is far crispier. The XLR cable seems to be a quality cord. Okay. Let's talk through all of the buttons, knobs, and ports on this puppy, and there are a lot of each. The front of the mixer has 4 knobs: game chat balance, output volume, mic gain, and auxiliary output. The output, mic, and auxiliary knobs also act as push-to-mute buttons for their respective dials. To the right of the knobs, you have dedicated buttons for mic monitoring, 48-volt phantom power if your XLR condenser mic needs it. Do not use it if your mic does not call for it, and virtual 7.1 surround sound. At the end of the row is where you can cycle through the 4 preset EQ options to optimize the sound based on what you're listening to: normal, game, music, and movie. Below that, there are 4 buttons to customize recordings, each of which can be recorded up to 15 seconds. Above all of those buttons is where you can cycle through the 8 voice changing options, which I'll demo a little later in the video. Stay tuned. Finally, along the top, there are 2 LED indicators. The one on the left shows your input volume, and the one on the right shows your output volume. On the back of the mixer is where you will find the RGB control button. Long press to turn it on and off, and short press to cycle through the 15 preset lighting modes. I must admit that I came into this review, as well as the review of the AM8 Pro T mic, with the preconception that RGB features on tech belonged only to the gamers and streamers. Turns out I was wrong. Happily, I am really enjoying having some RGB gadgets in my home office. It adds a bit of whimsy that is truly just for me, because none of them appear within my camera frame, and even if they were, all of my meetings happen during the day in my home office that gets lots of natural light, so it doesn't quite have the same effect on camera. Next in line is the PS4/PC Mode Switch. When using the PC mode, the mixer will be recognized as 2 output devices: Fifine SC8 Game and Fifine SC8 Chat. While using the PS4 mode, it will only be recognized as 1 output device. Being recognized as 2 output devices allows you to balance between 2 audio sources when using the game chat knob on the front, like the game audio and live chat, as the name suggests. I don't have a PS4 or any gaming console for that matter, so I can't speak to anything else related to the PS4 Switch. Continuing down the line, you have the USB-C port for power supply, an optical input, headphone jack for audio monitoring, and an auxiliary input. Note that the auxiliary port and optical port cannot be used at the same time. If both ports are connected to devices, the mixer will only receive audio from the auxiliary port. Finally, for mic connection, you have the option to plug in a 3.5mm auxiliary headset, different from a headphone, an XLR cable, or a 1/4-inch cable. For the XLR or 1/4-inch port, there is a dynamic/condenser switch to select the mode according to the type of mic you have. This provides the gain boost needed when using a dynamic mic. If you are only ever using one mic with this mixer, this is a set it and forget it switch. If you regularly switch out mics, you'll want to make sure that you toggle this as needed. If you connect a headset that comes with a mic into the headset port, the mixer will prioritize the headset as the input device, and any microphone plugged into the XLR or 1/4-inch port will be disabled. Fifine has done a really good job, in my opinion, of visually nodding to this by designing a circle around the mic ports. It's like they're telling you, one circle, one mic. The mixer itself is on the lighter side, likely due to its plastic exterior, but it does feel like it could withstand falling from desk height a few times. Any higher than that, or any more frequently, I don't know that it would survive. The 3 push-to-mute knobs on the top have some noticeable wiggle to them. Coming from the AM8 Pro Team mic, which has a 3-in-1 onboard control, I will take the wiggle in favor of having separate knobs for separate controls, and the red LED ring that appears around the particular knob when the mute is engaged. The 2 rows of buttons and the voice changer button are very soft to the touch, and pressing them down requires intention. This means there will be no accidental pressing of buttons on this mixer. I haven't gotten any real-world use out of the 4 custom recording buttons. I really have no idea what I would use them for as a non-gamer, but I am open to suggestions and possibilities, so please drop those in the comments. As for the voice changing effects, I have yet to be in a call where I am comfortable enough with my colleagues to use these effects. But I did spend at least 30 minutes testing out the voice changing effects and was cracking myself up in the process. So at minimum, it was great self-entertainment. And now I present such high-class entertainment for you by telling you the classic story of an arachnid who just won't learn its lesson. Each line said in a different voice. The itsy bitsy spider
crawled up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Out came the sun
and dried up all the rain. So the itsy bitsy spider
climbed up the spout again.
You're welcome. Although I am not a gamer and therefore I can't really speak to the specific setting for which the game chat balance knob was designed, I have tested it out in my own way. Setting up the 2 output devices in different applications was way more finicky than I expected. I consider myself relatively savvy when it comes to the computer setting application because I like to customize my computer without actually building a computer. But when I was initially trying to set up my SC8 game as my default output and the SC8 chat for my music player, they would inevitably both end up sounding like it was all connected to the same output device when I would try to balance between the 2 using the game chat knob. And this was despite application settings clearly displaying separate output devices. I was feeling like a crazy person. It wasn't until I was trying to troubleshoot this through Fifine's Genie application, more on that to come, that I was told I would need to set the output for a specific application, then close the application, then reopen it for it to work. While I am still mentally unwell in so many ways for so many reasons, I am happy to report that this is no longer one of them. Turns out the old turn it off and turn it back on trick works in this case too. Once I finally got it properly set up, it turned out to be pretty useful, where I have the game set as my default and the chat assigned to my music player. This way, I don't necessarily need to pause my music when I need to watch a quick YouTube video on how to perform a function in Excel. I know. Thrilling. Hi. Okay, so I know that I just said that I like this feature, but not even 24 hours after that recording, I have to take it back, kinda. In theory, I love this concept and the option to balance between two audio sources from a single dial. And when it's working properly, it is awesome. But today, it has not been working properly for me, and I thought you deserved to know. To set the scene, I have the SC8 game set as my default output, and I have the SC8 chat set as the output for my music player, Apple Music in this instance. I have been editing in Premiere Pro today, so I had the knob balanced mostly towards the game output, making my music nice and quiet in the background. Out of nowhere, my music got loud and the audio from Premiere got quiet. I checked my settings and nothing had changed there, but it was as if the output sources had been switched. So I paused my music, adjusted the knob to balance towards chat, and continued to edit. 5 or 10 minutes later, the audio from Premiere got quiet again. I unpaused my music, and sure enough, it was playing loudly. I again adjusted the balance knob so that the audio from Premiere was more prominent, and continued. I don't know if this is a mixer issue or a computer issue, but it is an issue, and you should be aware of this possibility. I can imagine that having the balance switch on you when you're in the middle of an intense video game and on a Discord chat would be really jarring and could potentially cause you to lose your life. In the game, not in reality. Anyway, something for you to keep in mind as you watch the rest of this video and consider if this mixer is right for you. Okay, back to the show. If you know Fifine, you probably know them as a gaming and streaming hardware company, but they recently launched their first bit of software, as far as I know, Fifine Genie. It allows you to mix tracks, customize RGB across devices, and set up specialized EQ modes for different situations. Note that this software is only available for PCs and not for Macs. In the software, the main mixer tab shows you the levels for your mic, game, chat, media, and auxiliary inputs. Each level can be controlled and muted independently, or the master level can uniformly control all the input levels while the mic level maintains its independence. You can view the mixer in Streamer View or Normal View. Streamer View allows you to control not only the volume for your headphones, but also the volume for your live streaming room. Very useful. The light control tab was where I had the most fun playing around. Along the left, you'll see a list of your plugged-in RGB devices. All of my RGB devices are from Fifine, so I can't say whether non-Fifine devices would be recognized in the software. To customize the RGB on one or more of your devices, you drag the device from the devices list into the light effect preview pane. It took me way longer than I would like to admit to figure out that this was a simple drag and drop pane. A line drawing of the device will appear, which you can then move around the pane, make bigger or smaller, and rotate. The placement of the device, its size in the pane, and the orientation will all affect how the colors end up appearing on your actual device. Once you have your devices placed on the preview pane, the fun begins. There are 22 RGB modes, 19 of which allow you to customize the colors, patterns, volume, speed, quantity, and more. The remaining 3 options allow you to sync the RGB with your screen, with a video, or with an image. This software basically allows for infinite RGB possibilities, and that is on top of the 15 preset modes built into the mixer. Talk about maximum customization. The EQ tab allows you to select one of the several preset modes, including specific gaming environments, manually adjust the audio effect parameters up to 10 control points, and save and share your EQ settings by exporting them. I do not know enough about the relationship between decibels and hertz to really play around with the EQ settings, so I can't really say anything more about this tab. The last tab is the hardware configurations. As far as I can tell, this just gives you a digital panel of toggles and drop-down menus that offer the same functionality as any physical controls on the selected device. As you can probably tell, I had the most fun in the light control section, but I think streamers and people who know more about EQing than I do could find this software very useful. And the best part is, the software is free to download and use. If this is your intro to getting a mixer, I think this is a really solid start. At a very affordable price point, it offers a lot of functionality and versatility, along with some fun features with the lights and voice changer. And if you get it in a bundle with the mic and boom arm, you get an even better deal. For me, the top 3 features of this mixer are the game chat balance knob, when set up properly, the dynamic/condenser switch, and the infinite RGB options. Let me know in the comments which 3 features of this mixer are at the top of your list, and if you have any suggestions for using the custom recording buttons as a non-gamer, please and thank you. Make sure you are subscribed to Sypnotix for all the tech reviews. I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye!